It's not money. It's not a commodity. It has no intrinsic value, so it can't be a store of value if it doesn't have any underlying value to store.
Criticize their investors. If they get mad, they're gambling.
If you have as a gambling token, you don't have a currency. I can't buy a pizza with Bitcoin. I can't buy a car with Bitcoin. All I can do is put money into it and then watch it go up 20% and down 30%.
If it's not a great store of value, and I don't think it is, either one of those things, because in the very least, the volatility, well then what makes it valuable?
In almost 20,000 intrinsically worthless cryptocurrencies. So we've lost 2 trillion, 1 trillion left to go to zero out.
Right now, the DTC is absolutely getting slurped and derped big time as multi-month bearish divergence finally seems to be playing out. But will tomorrow's CPI reading save the dirty dollar? One thing is for sure. This is big. Slurp and derp. And right now, the DTC is getting dumped on. Bitcoin and the stock market are getting pumped on. And me? Well, I've got something to show you that isn't just big, it's huge. These absolutely time sensitive. We're taking advantage of over $16,000 in trading bonuses below. Specifically for US traders, over $8,000 in deposit bonuses using my link below, in addition to 0 trading fees for spot trading when you sign up with the link below. Without any further ado, let's jump in. Unbelievable. Like a TikTok, like a clock tick-tocks, Bitcoin continues this 6-7 year trend of telling us when the dumpiness begins and when the pumpiness begins. And let's just say, it looks as though it's telling us that the pumpiness begins. So first off, before we start with the DXY, Bitcoin as of today has broken back above the 21 and 50-day moving average. As of today, the 50-day moving average. But because it's been dumped on so much, the 50-day is actually above the 21-day. And, this will start curving up as long as Bitcoin continues this momentum to the upside. But that's a very good first hurdle here because we were unable to break above this level. We have not actually broken back above the 50-day moving average in months now. So that is huge. And with that as well, we have to keep in mind the CPI reading will come out in less than 24 hours. This is huge. This will determine everything. So this could absolutely skyrocket the markets if what many people are believing and hinting at potentially the best reading that we've seen in a while in terms of lower inflation, then these markets could go wild. And the DXY is not reacting favorably so far. As well, the stock market clearly up today as well, inching and squinching its way to our target up here around 41.75, which is the big level we've been talking about here. Not there yet, but still making progress. And if we get a good reading tomorrow, again, I expect the stock market to go up. But if we take a look here also with the DXY, we've talked about this multi-month bearish divergence for a while now. And these are the single 4 biggest dumpy days, the 4 single dumpiest days for the DXY, almost 3% in just 4 days to the downside, which is huge for the DXY. The 4 dumpiest days the DXY has seen consecutively since the beginning of mankind. Just kidding, but for at least a year, probably even longer. But it's been pretty dumpy these last 4 days. Will this continue? There actually is support right here where the DXY currently is, so this will be big if it holds 108. If it fails to hold 108, look out for 107. These are big levels for the DXY. Below that, you guessed it, 105.5. Obviously, the big even levels like even 106 will probably have some support, but 105 and 105.5 are bigger than 106, but also 108 has some decent support. Basically, if this inflation reading comes out showing inflation is potentially on a downturn, then we can expect this chart to see more downside and Bitcoin and the stock market to go up. So it's very big. The DXY has been getting dumped on massively these last 4 days. Massive dumpage there. However, Ethereum not actually pumping much at all. In fact, dumping these last 2 days. Now, my opinion of what I think will happen with this merge coming up in just a few days now, we have the CPI reading tomorrow, and then there's no exact date yet for the merge. There's no exact date, but it looks as though it'll be the 14th or 15th. When Ethereum, when the merge occurs, I do think that, I think over the next few days, it's very likely as we've already begun seeing, that we could dump into the merge, a sell the news type event in the very, very, very short term. However, if everything goes well, then I do think it is likely, especially if the macroeconomic conditions allow it and if the DXY continues moving to the downside, then I think Ethereum can continue to rise there. There definitely will be some sell pressure, however, so we have to keep that in mind. And also, the Bitcoin dominance was getting dumped on so much, and you can see over the last 4 days, it has been having a nice pump. It has been getting straight dumped on for the past like 2 or 3 months. Past 3 months of just total dumpage. So the last 4 days, we've seen a nice resurgence in Bitcoin dominance there. And so it's just very important here that, the ETH merge, I do think, this is the biggest event that's ever happened to Ethereum. So like with most events, it is very likely that we'll see this continue to dump into the merge. However, I think that what many people either don't realize, don't factor in, or accept is that, after the merge, it most likely will go up. Especially if the rest of the market is, right? If Bitcoin and a lot of altcoins start moving up, will Ethereum move down? No, of course not. It would make no sense. Of course it would move up with it. But the next few days specifically, I think, will be heavily correlated just to the fact that the merge is upon us. And as well here, the total market cap for Bitcoin, again, the total market cap for the entire crypto market is breaking out, again, still after holding its 200 weeks, so that's very big. But as well, something huge here, will we get a bearish cross with the 21-week going below the 200-week here? Okay. I do not believe we've ever had this. Back in 2019, it got very close, similar to right now. However, it did not touch. Will we get that this time? Okay, will we start seeing a curvature? If we do, we really have to see, or if we do not want this to happen, Bitcoin really has to start making a move to the upside very, very soon. And significantly, in my opinion, to at least the mid 20,000s, at least above 25,000. And again, we talked about yesterday this fact that this looks so identical to the bottom in 2018, almost exactly in terms of the dump and everything. I mean, if you just look at that, right? We have these red lines where it falls off a cliff, and that was the final big dump. It did not go straight up after that, obviously, though, but you see it teeter-totters around here a little bit and then starts curving up. And we talked about how that lines up on the MACD yesterday and on the RSI, and you can see if it follows anything like this, if we could expect to see this over the next few weeks, then that is fairly bullish. But again, the main question everyone wants to know is the ultimate bottom in. So far, what we've done over the past 2 weeks is very good if you were looking for a double bottom, because this would be literally a double bottom. And that is a very strong bottom indicator. How strong? It's literally how the last bottom of the last bear market was formed, with a double bottom, right? Exactly the same thing there. So again, a lot of people, and I know this because I got comments about it I post almost every single day and I read thousands of comments every single week, thousands and thousands of comments. Unfortunately, a lot of those are scams nowadays. I wish YouTube would do that. For every account that I block, another 30 comment immediately. I would have to sit at my desk all day, every day, just to keep up with the scam comments. So it's not realistic. But anyway, the real comments, people genuinely did sell Bitcoin at 20,000 because they believed 10,000 was guaranteed. $10,000 per Bitcoin can still happen, right? We're not out of the woods confirmed. There's absolutely no guarantee that we're not going to go down to 10,000. The economy could get much, much worse. But there also is no guarantee that it will go to 10,000. So if you sold your entire position on the hope that it would definitely go to 10K, I personally think that's pretty risky. And I have never said that I thought that was a good idea. In fact, after we got dumped on like 75%, I don't think it's very smart or wise to expect that we're definitely going to dump another $10,000 from 20K. And ultimately, as I said yesterday, I am actually long on this market. I'm in open trades with Ethereum, Bitcoin, and ADA still in these long positions here. And I've been adding to these longs actually on the dips. Besides accumulating, I've also been trading as well. And I do personally think that this could be an opportunity of a lifetime. But we need final confirmation. Tomorrow's going to be a huge, huge fundamental news event that absolutely will dictate and shape the direction of the market for the next month. And then we have the FOMC meeting like 2 weeks from tomorrow as well. So again, huge, huge things coming beginning tomorrow. Absolute time sensitive alerts. Taking advantage of $16,000 in trading bonuses below. Sign up with BitGet if you're a US trader below as well. An additional up to $8,000 in trading bonuses. But as well, using my link below, 0 trading fees for spot trading with BitGet. Without any further ado, that's it for me.